Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. It's already that time of year. Yes, guys, today we are talking about team of the season because yesterday we not only got our first news about the big end of season promo, but we got our first vote as well. And that means we are really close to TOTS content, maybe even less than 1 week away. We're going to dive into all the TOTS news today, but not only that, we have more early Evo leaks for a big center back Evo coming on Friday with Trophy Titans team number 2, which we also have the full entire team leaked for as well. Buckle up, guys. There is a lot to discuss in today's video. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up on it, hype the video if you can, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's cover yesterday's Tuesday content first, where we had the Red Bull Mystery Ball event. A lot of people are talking about this objective and the live event that goes with it because the Evos that it gives are actually kind of nice. Very unique Evos in here. We've got 3 specific Evos that are max 88 overall that each give +3 to a certain overall stat on the card. We got a physical +3 boost up to 92. We've got a pace boost up to 92 and a shooting boost up to 92 as well. Now, right when these were dropped yesterday, as we preview these Evos here really quick, the pace evolution did allow any position, but now that has been changed and it now cannot be a center back in this Evo, which is a bit unfortunate because this would have been a super crazy Evo if it did allow center backs to go to 92 pace, but they changed that shortly after content, so now it's a max 88 overall Evo that cannot be a center back. But guys, this is really, really easy to do. You just have to score in 4 separate matches to get all the Evos, and then either win 4 or score in 6 to get the whole entire objective done, which gives you an 88 plus 1 of 5 player pick. Now, taking us to the live event mode. Remember how we were looking at that specific gameplay requirement for our squads? Well, now we know what it is. You have to use any Red Bull Leipzig, Red Bull Salzburg, or New York Red Bulls player in your squad. It doesn't even have to be in the starting 11. It can be on the bench, but you have to have 1 Red Bull player in the team for the entry into this tournament. And guys, yesterday, because of that, there were crazy price movements. If any of you guys have Red Bull players in your club, specifically some of these special cards, make sure you go and check. For no reason at all, I would say, this Nusa, Bakayoko from Leipzig, and a couple of other cards have absolutely soared in price. All you need is a silver or a bronze or a gold 84 rated Willy Orban, who plays for Leipzig, on the bench of your team to complete that requirement to play in this event, right? But of course, you've got silver cards yesterday that were going for 10,000 coins. I cleared some off my transfer list. I was checking my club right after content as we were realizing in the stream that these cards were selling for 10K, and I sold like 4 or 5 other of these silver cards for 10,000 coins. It was absolutely insane. So check your club. I don't think the silvers or bronzes are really selling for much anymore, but if there are any specials like this Nusa, they are up big time in price for really a requirement that you don't need to go out and spend that much money to buy a player for. But nonetheless, that is a very nice live event because it's quick and easy. It is the mystery ball mode, which some people find a little bit annoying, but it is very easy to do. Also, quick tip, use the special formations when you're playing this mystery ball mode, because if you're using the 3-5-2 like I was, or if you work on the 4-3-3-4, like this formation excellence, you have to play a decent number of games to get all these max 91 Evos from the milestones objective here. That's just a quick tip that I would have. Also, getting Evos done while playing this live event as well, since it is shorter matches. It's not super short, but it does seem to be shortened somehow. That's a nice way to get multiple things done at one time. Also, yesterday we had the AIK kit, and little thing going on here with the badge with the Tifo. You had a lone Isak and the XL Tifo as well, if you're looking for that. That was yesterday's objective content. Let's keep it moving. We have a lot to discuss in today's video. We go to Evos next, where we had a training camp Evo yesterday. A lot of people are like, Nate, where's our daily Evo? Well, it's in training camps. It's called Lisbon Lifeline. It's a max 87 defense and physical boost Evo that does have a nice boost to it in a couple of playstyles, but it also boosts the overall plus 1. You go from an 87 to an 88, but take a look at some of those stats. Jumping up to 95, interceptions to 91, heading accuracy to 95. You've got slide tackle, stand tackle, reaction, strength, aggression, anticipate, aerial fortress, bruiser, and precision header as a part of this. So really what this is going to be useful for is some sort of defender chain that you're going to be working on, maybe a midfielder as well that needs a bit of a physical boost. I really don't want precision header on this Darlington Nagbe, so I probably won't put this on his card. But if you got somebody with 8 play styles, this is a nice little boost for them there. Unfortunately, it does boost the overall +1. We have one more of those chain type of evos probably dropping today on Wednesday before Thursday and Friday, some bigger and better evos. Now, let's go to SBCs where things were also a little bit slow. We were missing out on the one SBC we were hoping to see yesterday. First of all, we have the EMLS FC Pro Leagues cards, which again are live items for a EMLS tournament that is this weekend. The 12th Saturday is when this tournament's going to be played. You've got Forsberg, Gabriel Pirani, Raul Gustavo, and Larea. 87 rated squads for most of these. One of them's an 85. Pretty easy to get done if you have interest there in those. Want to do some evos with them as well. That is there. Those are live cards though. Again, there are +1s on the line and playstyles on the line as well for how those cards can progress. Also yesterday we had the Arsenal left mid Caitlin Ford as an SBC. Guys, this SBC is incredible value. It is one squad and it is an 84 rated squad with an inform. That is 20,000 coins for a not too bad 90 rated left mid card with rapid and load driven plus. So nothing crazy there, but that's a really, really cheap SBC. The best SBC from yesterday was the return of our 86 plus times 2 pack. And we absolutely love this one because all it requires is gold rares. So much better than the 85 plus times 3 that required 83s. This is just gold rare. So when you're doing your daily silverware smelting upgrade, your daily provisions packs, even as you're maybe opening a couple of player picks and you get some 80 rated, you don't know where else to put them into that SBC every single time, every single 3 times per day that you can get it done and get you those 86 by 2 packs. But the one SBC that we were really missing yesterday was that guaranteed Trophy Titans player pick. I was really hoping that we would see, like we saw in the past couple of promos of Answer the Call and Road to the Final, a player pick for only Trophy Titans players. Maybe it was going to be 89 plus, or maybe it wasn't, but just some sort of extra fun gamble pack for these Trophy Titans cards. We did not get that. So maybe there's a bit of hope that that could be today, or maybe they're not going to drop it since they already gave us the Trophy Titans upgrade pack. That wasn't an excuse for Road to the Final because we had the Road to the Final packs and we also got the Road to the Final pick last week. But that was something that I was hoping to see, something we talked about that didn't actually end up dropping in the game. But some things did drop in the game, and that was Road to the Final upgrades. Guys, it looks like Tuesdays might be our days for Road to the Final upgrades. They finally upgraded the women's cards from last week that had earned upgrades. We're talking about Clara Buell. We're talking about other live cards like Irene Paredes and Vicky Lopez. You can check them all out on Footbin, and you can see what upgrades they got. Vicky Lopez got Quick Step base and 5-star skills. Very nice upgrade there for her. Irene Paredes got a weak foot boost and Relentless, and Buell got pinged with a skill move boost as well. So very good card. You can see that their prices have gone up just a little bit. I mean, 110,000 coins for Buell right now. Yesterday she was about 80K before the upgrade and jumped up in price a bit. I believe Vicky Lopez and Irene Paredes have gone up a little bit as well. But in terms of live cards, big games in Champions League yesterday and today as well on Wednesday. But yesterday's Showdown upgrade is going to go to Stanisic, Bayern 1, of course, +2 overall to this card. Hopefully that gets upgraded pretty soon. That also means a play style is going to be added to Musiala and Conrad Leimer as well. The 2 Road to the Final cards for Bayern. Again, every game counts. A base play style is being added to each of these players for winning or drawing in their first game in these quarterfinals. Of course, Hincapie as well is going to get a playstyle added because they won against Sporting yesterday. And you see the prices here going up, right? Musiala was like 850,000 coins yesterday. Now he's 1.1 mil, up big time. But here's the other side of the coin. Tchouaméni, who I sold multiple of at 1.3 mil in the hype yesterday. Since Madrid did lose, he dropped from 1.2 all the way down to 895,000 coins. These cards are still live. It's not over for Tchouaméni or even for Sporting because because there is a second leg still to come. And even if Madrid don't progress, if the next game, if the second leg between Bayern and Madrid is a draw, he would still get an upgrade. But then, of course, the Bayern cards would get the upgrade for advancing to the next round. So these cards are still very live. And with more games today, we're looking at cards like the McAllister, the Rashford, the Sorloth. As you saw yesterday with Musiala jumping up crazy while the game was going on, these cards are going to be tradable. Like, yeah, there's some risk involved here. I'm not going to say you really want to go out and spend a bunch of coins on McAllister right now because he's already up in value, but these cards can absolutely move. He was 184K yesterday. Yeah, he's up pretty big right now. So I wouldn't invest in that right now, but during the game, we're going to be watching them today on stream. If there is some movements that we can be had there with some trades, we will be getting involved. I just wanted to mention that. And man, hopefully the men's cards for Road to the Final get upgraded on Fridays. I think it's way more hype when they upgrade the Road to the Final cards on the Friday, like a couple days after the games, instead of waiting all the way until the next Tuesday. So we'll see. But let's get to the exciting news, the good stuff, guys. Team of the season. I didn't wake up yesterday thinking that we were going to be talking about TOTS in the video today, but here we are, because we had not only one leak, but we had EA put out some official news about team of the season as well. There really was no leaks or no warning except for this. There was a card design, and that's like, something you see a couple of weeks before a promo, especially a big one like team of the season. I thought this was going to be the only thing we'd see, and I was like, ooh, TOTS is going to be coming soon, right? We know it's that time of the year. But then what happened after that was crazy. First of all, this is the official team of the season card design. They're showing 4 playstyle pluses here. Definitely a concept card. Last year during TOTS, we did have some 4 playstyle plus players. I hope that we don't go there this year, because we're barely at 3 at the moment. I don't think they need to take these TOTS cards to 4. That's just my personal opinion, but we're here for the design. That's the discussion to be had here. I like the design. I think it's a bit more clean than other years, especially like I really did not like FC24. I thought FC25 was really solid. FIFA 23 was a really, really good year for a TOTS design. That was one of my favorites. And of course, you got a lot of nostalgic ones back here. FIFA 19, FIFA 18, FIFA 17. And then this one, this year's FC 26 design, like it has kind of a different shape to it. Doesn't have as wide of a, bottom part of the card, has the wing tips on the top, if you will. I mean, we're really dissecting a card design that doesn't matter that much, but I think it looks decent. I think it looks fine. I like it. It's a little bit of a darker blue. I wonder if it's going to look similar to Team of the Years in terms of like a walkout tunnel, since it's a bit of a darker blue, and that's how Team of the Year is as well. So I'm really curious to see how that looks. And of course, we wait to see what it looks like in game with cards on top of it, but it does not look too bad. And it's blue. It's Team of the Season. We're going to be looking to see those blue tunnels and shout blue when we see one of those Team of the Season cards coming out of our packs. Now, that wasn't that big of a surprise, right? This was Team of the Season official voting dropped by EA yesterday. This was kind of fun because there was no leaks. We had no idea this was going to be happening, and EA changed a little bit here with the voting, and also the time frames that we're looking at right now for when Team of the Season is going to start is looking very, very interesting. First of all, the Team of the Season vote, it's Premier League. We get to choose our formation. I kind of went with a 3-5-2 when I was making my vote for this, because I found it a little more interesting to have more midfielders in the vote instead of more defenders. It does seem like it's a very small group of players that have been added to the vote here. As I was making my vote yesterday, I was just kind of going based on who I would want to use in the game. If I was going based on who I think deserves it and who I think I'd like to use in the game with a 3-5-2 formation, I'd probably make a team like this. Defense, I go Gabriel, VVD, Saliba, goalkeeper Donnarumma. I did before choose Pickford in goal, just because we had a Donnarumma Team of the Year card for something different there. But this is going to be really intriguing with the different formations for this Team of the Season vote. I'm going to see if maybe this vote ends up different, or I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this is going to work out. Like, is EA going to say, this is your squad that you guys chose for Team of the Season, and then the players? Of course, this is where the debates begin, and that's part of the fun with this, is who deserves it versus who would you like to use in game. But I'm not here to debate any of that. Put your votes in. There's not a lot of time to do that, to be completely honest. If you look at the terms and conditions here, the voting opened yesterday. The voting ends on April 10th. And that's Friday. And the final team of the season selection will be determined by, of course, a combination of EA and the community votes. What is the percentage of our vote? How much does it matter? I'm going to guess it's 10% or less, but we never really know because EA never really tell us. But since the vote is that short, that had me thinking, wait a second. This isn't going to be that far away, right? Because we've got Trophy Titans Team 2 that is going to be coming this Friday. But if the vote ends this Friday, then next Friday might actually be Team of the Season, and that is what the leakers are confirming. Team of the Season content starts next Friday, and that's when we're going to get Premier League Team of the Season to start things off. That's a different schedule than we've ever had before because we always start with a non-Premier League TOTS. We started with League One last year. We used to have community TOTS. Before that, TOTS Live and FC24. Maybe we are starting with Prem TOTS. That would be very interesting, right? But that would also mean that a TOTS warm-up promo where we usually see some SBCs and some specific SBCs for packs that we like to do to save up for when Team of the Season is actually dropped. Sometimes EA re-release cards back into packs. We'll be talking about TOTS warm-up in the next couple of days for sure. But that could be something that actually starts in less than a week. We're talking like this upcoming Monday or Tuesday is when we could see Team of the Season warm-up in this game. So with that being said, Team of the Season hype is starting to build, right? With the card design being out, the vote being out, a lot of people are talking about it. This is one of those marquee promos that kind of gets people back on the game because it has a history of being such an elite promo. Now, last year, we're going to talk about this. Last year, Team of the Season started great and ended really not great at all. One of the worst Team of the Seasons that we can remember. Maybe the worst TOTS of all time, some would call it. Last year in FC25 because how things dragged on. It seemed like forever, and how the content didn't get any better as we went throughout Team of the Season. As we were getting a lot of cards, the EA didn't do us enough to keep it interesting as we went through different leagues and different releases. So hopefully that changes this year with the World Cup not being too far as well. We will just have to see. I digress. We got more conversations coming on that for sure. We do have, though, our first warning for a Team of the Season market crash because you guys know Team of the Season brings 3 Playstyle Plus cards, or probably will be bringing 3 Playstyle Plus cards, and it's going to bring a whole lot of content. There's going to be great Evos, great SBCs, and of course, Team of the Season cards are historically pretty packable, especially on like the low to mid tier, kind of like how we've got a lot of these low tier icons, the little bros, if you will, in Trophy Titans that we just keep on packing, but they're kind of cards that we're using because you can put them into one Evo and they end up working out and they end up being pretty good. Well, Team of the Season is going to bring some of that. This is an early shout to be careful with some cards that you maybe have in your club. This is kind of like, hey, if you got some expensive cards, maybe you bought a Trophy Titans for your team, maybe you have an Answer the Call card that you're making a ton of coins on, and you're like, Nate, I don't know if I want to sell this because these are live cards heading into the World Cup. I would still highly recommend selling them because this promo is going to hurt some of those prices. I would almost guarantee it. The question is, when are those prices going to start being hurt? And I'd have to imagine prices would be dropping this weekend. As I'm going and searching up a Jude Bellingham, I wouldn't be too scared to go and trade because right now it's not like the market's in panic selling free fall or anything like that. It's the exact opposite. The market's doing pretty fine for the most part, but what could be coming later on this weekend, early next week as we get into TOTS warm-up is more price drops, specifically on the middle tier to top tier market, and some of these cards that have risen up a ton since they were in packs, I would get ahead of the game by selling some of those valuable players in the next couple days, specifically this weekend. Now, that's Team of the Season. Let's take it closer to right now. Let's take it back in time, I guess, and not look ahead too far, and talk about Trophy Titans team number 2, because yesterday, amidst all the TOTS news, we have ourselves the full Trophy Titans team 2 leak, and this is the team from Foot Sheriff. Now, these are not official stats. These are just the players that are going to be in this promo squad. For the heroes, we've got Gomez, Tevez, Carragher, Melito, Scott, Lizarazu, and Francescoli. For the icons, especially the big bros, you would imagine, Desai, Moore, Van Basten, Rooney, Cafu, Buffon, Marcelo Maldini, and Titi Henry. Now, we saw Thierry Henry was leaked already, but all those icons there, apart from him, are new names being leaked. Baggio, Joe Cole, Ashley Cole. We've got Rush, Shevchenko, Schweinsteiger, Lineker, Larson, Makelele, Haji, Wright. And then he's also leaking the little bros, right? Marcelo, little bro. Now that may be a card for Evos that a lot of us would be interested in. I'm somebody who did the Team of the Year Marcelo SBC. Very good card. He's just been replaced recently because I wanted to try somebody new. That was really the reason that I replaced him. Depending on how that Marcelo looks, how much pace he's got, what play styles he has, that could be a really good one. You've got a little bro Cole, Clivert, Desai, Rush, Perez, and Maldini. Maldini is going to be huge as a little bro card here. Desai can be pretty good as well. Again, I know that we have a Team of the Year version of him from the season pass that a lot of people use. But I think overall, as we look at this team too, I think it's fair to say that Team 1 is better than Team 2, but there are some gems still inside of this Team 2 of Trophy Titans. So watch out for some official stats, because as of right now, we do not know those. Those are just the official players that are in this promo, not the official stats. So if there is an icon or a hero in here that you're super duper interested in, and there definitely are a few that I would love to try, don't get me wrong. I'm really curious to know who our little bro SBCs are going to be. That's one of the biggest leaks I'm curious about, right? We had Kaká big bro, Hazard, and Ramirez little bro. Who are going to be our next little bro SBC? Are we going to get, is Marcelo going to be an SBC for a little bro? Is it going to be, I don't know, Roberto Carlos? Are we going to get, I mean, we already had Kaká. What other, I'm thinking of Brazilians. Who else could we be getting? I don't even know, right? So that's the sort of thing that we're looking at next for Trophy Titans Team 2 is what are those SBCs going to be? Watch out for those leaks. Those are probably going to be coming today on Wednesday. Now, speaking of leaks, right? We talked about in yesterday's video, the leaks being early. Well, the leakers are continuing that trend because we've got a max 89 center back Evo to which this Vieira is going to fit. Now, how much of a stat boost is he going to get because his stats are already to the freaking moon? I don't know, but this was leaked yesterday. A new max 89 center back Evo is set to come to Ultimate Team soon. Expected release date Friday. And the news is the most important requirement in this is max 89 overall, max 90 pace. An actual little message here from the leaker Mohaps said, don't put your center backs into the Welsh Wonder Strike training camp Evo because that will take their pace too high. This Evo takes pace up to 92. And of course, if there is going to be a max 90 pace requirement on the Evo coming this Friday, putting somebody like Van de Ven in who starts with 90, well, my Van de Ven's got 91, so he wouldn't fit anyways, but I digress. That's what you're kind of looking forward to this Friday is a max 89 center back Evo with max 90 pace. So that's something to kind of watch out for. Of course, player prices were moving on the market yesterday. Yap Stam, 900K, all the way to 1.1, 1.2 mil where he is now. Vidic was another card that was moving like crazy on the market yesterday. Some of those rare 89 rated center backs. Sell those in the hype, as we always are going to say for sure as we get into that one. I'm curious to know how big of a stat boost is this going to give for the defense and the physical numbers on cards, because what we're creating right now and what we even see with some of the Trophy Titans cards and packs is we're looking at defense and physical numbers getting into the 92 to 93 range. I mean, Sol Campbell is 24,000 coins, and he's got 91 defense, 91 physical. Taram is 94K. He's got 93 physical on that little bro card. Nesta's got 93 physical, 91 defending, and he's 120,000 coins. You know, a lot of center backs from this promo team. Hiero's got 94 and 92. Beckenbauer's got 95, 88, 95, 92 for Puyol. Really curious to know how much they're going to let us boost up those stats alongside the pace with a center back Evo. So that is out there, and that's something I think we do need to be a little bit careful about, specifically with center back cards. Now, let's take a quick look at the market, particularly related to these cards in packs, the Trophy Titans. I've been thinking that today, what I was going to do was sell off the cards that I have. I still have a couple of Nestas, right? The lazy selling, the lazy trading, if you will, call it that, still has been working, but the sales have been slowing down. Guys, I think I want to get out of these cards today and wait and see what happens tomorrow with Division Rivals rewards. Like, I bought Nestas for 120K to lazy sale. Didn't really get too many lazies yesterday. I think I got like 2 sales on him. Again, I had to clear all those listings. I still have 3 Nestas here that I bought for 120,000, 130,000 coins maximum price. Probably going to take the small losses on those. Just get my coins liquid and see if store packs refresh today, because that was something that happened last week. If you guys remember, last week on Wednesday for Road to the Final, the store packs that were tradable refreshed, and people were not really wanting to buy cards before Division Rivals rewards, and all those Road to the Finals dropped last week. They were really good to buy on Thursday after content, after rewards had set in. I'm going to kind of look for the same scenario this week with these Trophy Titans. I'm going to wait it out a bit, see what more leaks we get for this next promo of Trophy Titans Team 2. Maybe SBCs could play a part into how the prices move. So I'm going to be taking it a bit careful, selling the rest of those Trophy Titans right there, and then waiting to see how they drop and move at Rivals. Now for fodder's going to go up a little bit more today. You guys know the drill. Wednesdays are a good day to sell gold fodder because there's going to drop. These cards are going to drop a bit on Rivals rewards with the supply. So if you have 85 rated, if they hit like 2.5K today, yesterday they hit all the way up to 2.3, 2.4. I would look to sell these today. Maybe it's 2.7 that those 85s can go up to, but sell those today after content with the demand for the SBCs that are refreshing, and then get those out before Rivals rewards. But if you have Informs, again, we're talking about Informs in a second. Informs would probably still be fine to hold. Right now, they're about 13,000 coins. Maybe we can get sales for about 15K for lazies today. As you can see here, right about 13,000 coins. I think maybe for the cheapest Informs on the market, you're looking, right at 13K. But honestly, Informs last Friday went up on Friday, so I might be holding on to those and seeing if they go to 16K insta sell this Friday night. So you could keep holding on to Informs as well as you could hold Informs for the long term, because guys, we've made it. We've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks. Team of the Week 30 is projected to be the final Team of the Week of FC26, because after Team of the Week 30 in the past 2 years in this game, EA have said, nope, we're not releasing Team of the Week cards anymore. And in SBCs, they start to require Team of the Week or Team of the Season. Now, they'll put Team of the Weeks in like, a best of, and they'll put a re-release of Team of the Week cards throughout the year. But usually during the beginning of Team of the Season, you see Informs rise up. Last year, I think they almost hit 20,000 coins. We haven't really seen Informs go that high yet this year. We've seen like 18, 19K. I think maybe we saw 20K one time or a little over that, but not super consistently. This could be a good time, though, to invest in Team of the Weeks once again. A lot of people are going to be in on this, though. So if you have already been investing in Team of the Weeks like we've been talking about, you're going to be ahead of the game. But this is where that next couple of weeks is going to be hopefully an optimal time to make an investment soon on Team of the Weeks and then sell it in the next couple of weeks with Team of the Season starting. But these are names. This is our maybe last Team of the Week of the year. We'll see if EA confirmed that today. We've got some names in here. Balogun's getting another card after I've evoed him. Darn it, man. We've got a Holland, Mapaleon, Chalhanoglu, Mariki, Mane, Grimaldo's getting a card. Politano is getting a card as well. Mukoko down there on the bottom as well, getting himself an Inform. So those are the official names, but not the official cards for Team of the Week 30 that could be the last Team of the Week of the year. Also, other Wednesday content that we're expecting today. We usually get the normal campaign player pick refresh. They have road or knockout royalty player items as the most recent in this player pick. Still haven't been doing those campaign player picks very often, so wouldn't expect much from that today. Our daily player SBC, we got a new name to fold in to the fold, I guess you could say. We got Bowen, who's leaked as a Moments card. This might be a Team 2 card, or it could be a part of Team 1 SBCs. Of course, we still have Wijnaldum, and we still have Kanu, Trophy Titans, who have not been released yet. So any of those could be an SBC player today. As I already mentioned earlier in the video as well, we do get a Evo today too. It's probably going to be a chain evolution. Maybe it will be an actual Evo instead of being a training camp, but that would be the last kind of part of content today that we're really watching out for. One thing I do want to mention as well, not that we're super crazy interested in it, but I believe the World Tour Silver Superstars League is starting in the next couple of days. So just keep an eye out for that. I know that we got the Red Bull Mystery Ball. That's only out for the next couple of days as well. But we're going to get the World Tour Silver Superstars League, which is 35 matches. And it is a limited number of games. I haven't played this in a minute. But, EA, if you make the rewards interesting, I will be there. Like, that's what it comes down to. Make the rewards cool. And I will use my silver cards for the first time in a while and have some fun with that there. But that's on the horizon, not really for an investment opportunity, I would say, but just more so for something to build a squad around. If those rewards do look good, just make sure your silver icons are ready to go for that one there. But anyway, guys, the biggest news is team of the season for sure. I'm not saving packs yet, but I probably will start to think about saving packs for team of the season next week, early next week, because, you know, it's always fun to have some packs saved for team of the season for sure. I'm going to go finish this Red Bull mystery ball, get a couple of triple threat league games in to finish that one off. A lot of small things to do with gameplay right now, and it does add up, and sometimes it gets a little bit annoying. But with team of the season around the horizon, that puts a whole new twist on maybe what you're thinking about grinding towards in this game. Maybe team of the season is motivating enough for you to stop opening packs right now. Or maybe when Friday's new promo hits, you don't like team 2, maybe you start saving for team of the season, because it's always a vibe on TOTS. At least the start of TOTS is always a vibe on this game. So if you're excited for team of the season and that stuff is starting to get you hyped up, especially with the vote and the leaks and stuff, drop a thumbs up on the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be covering everything related to team of the season as it comes out, and especially with all the new content, new types of content, and how that's going to move the market. Team of the season brings usually some new things in general that we haven't seen much of during the year. We'll be covering that as it drops. And yeah, guys, I will catch you in the stream today on Wednesday to see what surprises we maybe get today and what other leaks we get for Trophy Titans Team 2 and Team of the Season. But if you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions once again, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been Nate, the TheFutAccountant. Have a great Wednesday. Peace out.